YouTube, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Manor. My name is Lord Swoonsky, and today we're going to be talking about one of the best sequels since Empire Strikes Back. What movie is that? Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2. Not only is it one of the best sequels, but in my opinion, it is one of the best comic book movies to ever be made. So let's get into it. What can I say about this movie that hasn't already been said by literally everybody on YouTube? I know I'm late to talking about this movie. I was 4 years old when this movie hit theaters. Do not remember seeing it in theaters at all, but I remember watching it constantly growing up, and it was one of the best experiences I've ever had watching a movie. Aside from watching Revenge of the Sith or Empire or Clerks or... yeah, it was one of those things growing up that this was one of the movies that I played constantly on repeat as well. It was just... so many great memories of watching it with my sister, watching it with my cousin, especially with my cousin, the same one that I talked about in the last video where we played all the Spider-Man games. We saw all the Spider-Man movies. I mean, it was just the best time. And I mean, we got Doc Ock in the movie. We got Mr. Dickovich. We got Ursula. We have Harry Osborn. We have Mary Jane, Aunt May. Norman Osborn makes a cameo in this movie. The performances by the cast, the crew, the set designs, the visual effects in this movie get better and better every time I rewatch it. Even in 4K UHD, the effects still hold up, which is something I really can't say about a lot of movies that came out in 2004. But we all know the story. This is the movie where Peter Parker goes through his existential crisis, loses his powers as Spider-Man because he's struggling to balance work, Peter Parker stuff, and Spider-Man stuff. In my opinion, this movie is one of the best representations of people who are just struggling to keep it together. You know, it shows you that even some of the strongest people in the universe, like Spider-Man, they go through the same shit. They go through these problems. They go through depressive episodes. They go through parts of their life where they question, like Peter questions in this movie, is he not supposed to have what he wants? I can't think of a single person who can't relate to something in this movie. Whether it's the Peter Parker stuff, the overall Spider-Man story, the relationship between Harry and Peter, like having a falling out and just having an argument because of a misunderstanding. Like, there's so much in this movie that people can relate to, and I'm just at a loss of words every time I rewatch this movie because it's literally like an out-of-body experience. Not only do we have Spider-Man going through these issues, we also have Doc Ock, which, again, this movie follows the same formula. We follow Peter, we follow Dr. Octavius, we follow Spider-Man, we follow Doc Ock, they meet up, they fight. It's great, man. I love that formula. And Doc Ock is just one of the greatest villains that I've seen in a long time from a superhero movie. And it's just, you know, he's just an ordinary scientist and everything goes wrong. He accidentally kills his wife in an experiment gone wrong whenever he tries to, you know, get the power of the sun in the palm of his hand. I completely just blanked on what the fuck I was talking about. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not gonna edit it. But what I was trying to say, what I think I was trying to say, because I know I started talking about the beautiful art that is Sam Raimi's horror influence in this movie with the hospital scene. Yeah, I was talking about Doc Ock and all the misfortunes that happens in this. Okay, I remember now. We do get that beautiful scene in the hospital where he obliterates everybody, and we get a beautiful glimpse into the horror aspect that is Sam Raimi. For those of you who don't know, I'm sure everybody knows, he was a horror director before. He did stuff like The Evil Dead, Ash Ketchum, not Ash Ketchum. You know, Ash versus the Evil Dead and stuff like that. And we really get to see some horror aspects in this movie with Doc Ock, and it is great. The bank fight, oh man, that bank fight where he steals Aunt May and they're fighting, and oh, I don't know. I gotta do my research before I do these movies, like on the sound design team and stuff like that. But whoever's idea it was to have all the music cut out and we just hear Peter and Doc Ock going through the air and the ripples of Doc Ock's cloak. Oh, and the punches. And we get to see glimpses of that in Spider-Man 3, which we will be talking about very soon. It is just, oh, the sound design, and oh, it's so great. I am such a nerd for shit like that. I absolutely love it. And then, oh, the best and most iconic transition scene since, well, honestly, I can't even say since because I honestly don't know which one came out first, this one or Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, but Alfonso Cuarón and the mirror transitions and Sam Raimi with the sunglasses transition. Oh my God, I love stuff like that. Like, I don't even understand how people can come up with stuff like that. How do you even describe trying to, like, telling a VFX artist something like that? Like, how do you, I don't even know, man. Like, that's so insane. And the fact that they managed to pull it off and it still holds up to this day, fantastic.
Say that again?
And then the train sequence, the entire fight on the train. Oh, it's so good. We get Peter fighting Doc Ock. He has to save the civilians. He has to stop the train. Joey Diaz makes a cameo in the movie.
You want to get to him, you got to go through me.
Tries to protect Peter Parker. Which is hilarious to me. Like, I love that, like, all the New Yorkers came together in the first one and they're like, oh, you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. And they're, like, beating the Green Goblin and throwing stuff at him. And he just kind of, like, flies away. I love that. And then it makes me bust out laughing every time they're like, you want to get to him, you got to get through me. And me. And me. And then Doc Ock is just like, okay. And then just, he just separates them. I love it. I love it. And then the epic final battle where Doc Ock realizes that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. He's gotten the tritium from Harry Osborn. He's rebuilt the power of the sun in the palm of his hand. And again, it just explodes. Not really explodes, but it just gets out of control and it starts sucking everything into it and growing bigger and bigger. It's, you know, the more and more that I see Doc Ock in media, whether that be Ultimate Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, PS4 Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, Doc Ock is just not a good scientist. Because he failed at this twice. Peter fixes all of his stuff in the PS4 game. He's a whimpering little coward in Spectacular Spider-Man. And he's a weird, gross, like, basement dweller in Ultimate Spider-Man. Maybe I have to take back what I said about Doc Ock being the greatest villain. Nah, I'm gonna stick with that statement. He's just not a very good scientist, but he's a great villain. He has some weird plans, like when Harry tells him not to hurt Peter and he has to get Peter to get to Spider-Man, but he doesn't know that Peter is Spider-Man, and Peter doesn't have his powers at the time. And luckily he regains his powers, because if that car had just taken him out, what was he going to do? And then when he throws him up against the brick wall, like, what? Anyway, this movie is one of the best superhero movies I've seen in a very long time. And I've watched this movie since 2004. That is well over 20 years that I've been watching this movie. I absolutely love it. It's just like the last one. It gets better and better every time I rewatch it. The fantastic speech that Aunt May gives to Peter, where she's indirectly saying that she knows that he's Spider-Man. And that speech was definitely intended for the audience because it's just so heart-touching. It's great. I mean, what else can I say about it? What, like I said earlier in the video, what more about this movie can I say that hasn't already been said? I mean, the visuals, the web swinging, the music, Danny Elfman kills it. I think there is a different composer in this one and in the third one. I could be wrong. I will put up screenshots, you know me. But yeah, Spider-Man 2 is just such an iconic superhero movie. It is a canon event in basically every young boy's life. And, you know, it's great, man. It's fantastic.
Gotta say, it's fantastic.
It is, like I said, one of the best superhero movies, one of the best sequels that I have seen. I'm going to shut the hell up. Thank you guys for watching this video. I can't wait to talk about Spider-Man 3. But before we talk about Spider-Man 3, we do have a review of Fan Force Stick coming. Yes, the worst superhero movie I have ever seen to date. We are going to be talking about it. Just can't wait. Shout out to Sean for sending me a physical copy of that, of that movie. Thank you guys for watching this video. Have a good one. Peace.